Alo, alo, mali, elo, wa Samoa, ilo sa Milano, Moana, ua e fia tuileava.
This is a one social issue that affects the youth in Samoa and the Pacific. These are the children of families who are assisting their parents, trying to make ends in a tough world. Children are still being seen late at night, selling all sorts of small goods in town. Some children are going to school, and after school, they come back and help out the family business, delivering goods. Other children aren't going to school because of financial problems. These children selling stuff in town must raise as a child and live like a child. Parents who relax while their children walking around the streets of Apia at night are just disappointing parents. This is their responsibility, and they are using their children to buy stuff around town. And it breaks my heart to see very young kids walk around town selling goods to help feed their families. I've witnessed some street vendors or girls with the age of 10 to 17 walking around town buying goods, and it's getting dark that time. Some kids, they behave so badly, and the words they use to speak is not suitable for their age, and they really like creating trouble. This is happening because of their parents who can't do their job of providing for the family. In fact, our government should do everything in their power to get these poor kids off the streets, especially at night. This street vendor issue is the problem that is caused by parents. Parents should know that their duty is to put kids through school, not expose them on the streets by selling products. I recommend that child labor must be stopped and give them a better life and live like a child and do stuff like a child and not exposing them on the streets. The governments must come up with a plan to stop this issue and give back these kids' childhood and give them better education and good future. Parents must be responsible for their children and raise them well. The duty as a parent is to provide for the family. Their responsibilities is not for a little child. A child must play a role as a child. They must be educated to learn. Teach them how to speak polite words as a child. The street vendors might be the next leaders in a parliament, businesses, a CEO, and so forth. All they need is better education and a good environment. The parents' job is to provide for the family, not the kids. Street vendors must be stopped, and we must work together as a community to help out our children who are selling goods around town by providing them good education, a better life, and a better future. The government and the Ministry of Education, Sports and Culture have been trying to tackle the problem in years ago, and they still continue it now. As also claimed by Fui Mapuao Beth Onisemu Tuilaepa, the past year's CEO for Youth of the Ministry of Women, Social, Community and Development, during an interview with the Samoa Observer in the year 2017. If the government can implement laws and enforce them, but if that does happen, would that really help with the core issues at hand? The answer is no. It will probably increase the problem. So I believe what she has been saying is true because we still have been seeing it nowadays. The issues are still happening, even though the government enforce their rules about it, but there is still no change at all. The government has been trying to overcome the problem by helping out to families whose child has been suffered enough. They have also been working on sending assistance or aid that can provide for those families with economic problems. The Ministry of Education, Sports and Culture also help out in school by giving schools big amounts of money. That money can be used to pay for all the resources that children are using in school, such as books, pencil and ball pens, and etc. Sometimes it can be used to pay for events that schools join in order to gain more knowledge. However, we have witnessed it nowadays that there is no change at all in the issue. The question is, do we really have to stop the core issue? The government has been trying, but there is no change at all. Or is there are any other ways that the government can do to stop it?